As a starting point, it is important to understand in more detail the impact that urbanisation has on a natural catchment's hydrology and water quality, and in turn, the ecological health of the receiving water environments.
Waterways are a fundamental feature of the landscape. They provide a range of services to both rural and urban communities, and so they provide a source of water, they provide flood protection, aquatic habitat to support biodiversity, and a range of aesthetic and recreational values. Professor Noel Hines was one of the founders of modern stream ecology. In 1975, he published a paper titled "A Stream in its Valley." This paper set out a range of catchment scale factors that influence the occurrence and distribution of biota in streams. Because we use stream biota to measure the health of waterways, his work helped make the connection between catchment management and waterway health. Hines concluded that in every respect, the valley rules its stream. So whatever land use we allow in the catchment will be reflected in the health of the stream. The work of Hines and others throughout the 1970s led to what we understand today as catchment management. Catchment management is now a major discipline for study and an important activity for land and waterway managers. The objectives of catchment management are to integrate the management of land, water and biological resources across the catchment, to balance the environmental, economic and social uses of these resources, and to ensure these services provided by the catchment resources are sustainable. To achieve sustainable use of our resources and protect our waterways, we need the following approach. We need to take a stewardship approach to managing our catchments and our water resources, and need to clearly understand we have to protect these resources for future generations. We need to quantify, allocate and use resources efficiently, including for environmental protection. From a water perspective, if we adopt a stewardship philosophy and appropriately allocate and price water and water management services, effective water supply, sewerage, drainage and waterway management services to the community, a profitable water management sector and a healthy environment that is able to provide the resources to the community in a sustainable way. So catchment management needs to protect the environment, be affordable and deliver effective services to the community. Cities are often so different from their surrounding rural or natural environments, we are increasingly thinking of cities as their own catchment. Urbanisation typically results in dramatic increases in the hard surfaces within catchments. So when it rains, these hard surfaces generate much more runoff than natural surfaces. Urban communities typically produce 5 to 6 times more runoff than their pre-developed condition. Because of the hard surfaces in urban catchments, whenever it rains, runoff will occur. Whereas in more natural catchments, once a long period of drought has occurred and the catchment has dried out, most rainfall events will not produce any runoff. Many natural catchments will require a year or more of average rainfall conditions before pre-drought runoff rates recover. So urban stormwater harvesting is a significant opportunity to increase the water resources available to a city. Waterway health is determined by a complex interaction of factors, as indicated in this slide. Disturbance to any one of these factors can have an impact on waterway health. Increased stormwater runoff volumes as a result of urbanisation can impact on all these factors. As a result, it's crucial to manage urban stormwater runoff to protect waterway health. All these factors influencing the health of waterways need to be considered in an integrated way. The basic principles of urban stormwater management are to minimise changes to catchment hydrology, channel geomorphology, runoff water quality, in-stream habitat and the riparian zone vegetation. While these principles are relatively obvious from what we've already discussed, there's also an embedded hierarchy of actions that's important to understand. Protect and retain valuable features within the natural drainage system. Protection is always cheaper than repair. Manage runoff quantity and quality at source within the catchment, so this is on lot and within streetscapes, prior to the urban drainage system. This means managing smaller volumes of water and distributing green infrastructure throughout the catchment. Employ mitigation measures within the urban drainage system, so flood retarding basins and constructed wetlands, prior to discharging to receiving waters. Remediate urban waterway channels and riparian zones. And the final component of the hierarchy is managing urban drainage systems and waterways to satisfy their multifunctional roles.